Upon reflection, listening keenly to what the people of Kenya have said, and after a holistic appraisal of the performance of my cabinet and its achievements and challenges, I have today, in line with the powers given to me by Article 1521 and 1525B of the Constitution and Sections 12 of the Office of the Attorney General's Act, decided to dismiss with immediate effect all the Cabinet Secretaries and Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, of the Cabinet of Kenya, except the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs. And of course, the Office of the Deputy President is not affected in any way. I will immediately engage in extensive consultations across different sectors and political formations and other Kenyans, both in public and private, with the aim of setting up a broad-based...
So there we have it. We have Kithure Kindiki out, Njuguna Ndung'u out, Aisha Jumwa out, Aden Duale out, Alice Wahome out, Alfred Mutua out, Moses Kuria out, Rebecca Miano out, Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen out, Rosalinda Soipan Tuya out, Zachary Mwangi Njeru out, Penina Malonza out, Mithika Linturi out, Ezekiel Mashogu out, and Davis Churcher, Ababu Namwamba, Simon Chelugui, Salim Furia, Florence Bore, Eliud Owalo, and Susan Nakumicha, in addition to the Attorney General, Justin Bedan Njoka Muturi. The President did say that he would be holding consultations.
Tumefurahia sasa, hata tumeacha kulia, sasa tunasherehekea. Ni sherehe kubwa sana, hata wasiwezi kusema mengi. Thank you very important.
For those who don't understand English, please switch off your television and find where you can get Kiswahili. Today I want to speak with English because my friend, Minister of Barabara, you have gone home. Stupid. Go. I told you, you face the consequence. Even I'm coming after you. I swear before God, I will challenge you until even in your grave you will tell people that there is God in heaven. There is kila mtu atambia. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for kicking these people out. I don't know kwa nini hukufukuza ule alisema tunatumia simu ya nini. Sijui kama ameenda. Ameenda? Oh, ni mbunge huyo. Nilifikiri ni minister ageenda tu. Kama ni mbunge ule wachana naye. Mbunge na wachana na mbunge tu. Tulikuwa nataka hawa kubwa. Tumegonga wangapi? Tumegonga gapi? Wote. Hata Kindiki. Leo rais nikekupata kwa kioski ngekununulia chai. Sasa ni vile siwezi kukupata ningekununulia chai. Kick them out. You remember I said from day one.
Kwa majina naitwa Evans Ochie, mkaji wa Kisumu, mimi ni Bubi. Nashukuru sana Mr. President kwa ile kitu ambayo umefanya leo na tunafurahia sana. Aki ukweli Ruto, ukweli wa ukweli, tunafuraha tele kusikia JNC. Aki walai hata sasa unanuka kurudia. Hata utarudia ukweli Ruto. Tumefurahi sana. Na tengeneza ukienda, tengeneza hiyo njia. Wenye waliiba, tengeneza. Wenye waribu, tengeneza. Na asante kwa kusikia JNC, asanteni.
My name is Samuel Okoth. I'm a member of this bunge. I want to say that today I want to echo what Mr. Ruto has just done. And we are not convinced still. Because by the time Ruto considered the call for the finance bill, and today he has dissolved the cabinet, we are saying unanimously that we've seen incompetency in him. So we are also coming because we don't want anybody incompetent in any management of this country. So we are coming for you because you are also incompetent. So you also have to follow those you fired today. Secondly, next government or next cabinet members, 90% should be youth because youths are the people who fought for this space. They have to be given their space. They are fighting for the space. They have to be given, and they have to get it. If they don't get it, we are coming to greet you on 16th. Thank you. We have a date.
What are the people of Eldoret saying about the president's big move?
Good afternoon, Ben Kitili. Indeed, the residents of Uasin Gishu followed closely when President William Ruto was making that announcement from State House, Nairobi. So you've asked a very good question. What are the residents of Eldoret saying? And it is now an opportunity for them to talk and hear it from themselves. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi katika NTV. Pengine tuanze kwa jina lako na mtizamo wako ni upi kulingana na hatua ya rais ya kulisukuma nyumbani baraza lake la mawaziri?
Kwa majina ni Jeremiah Kibet Sawe kwa Uasin Gishu County. Sisi tunapongeza rais kwa jukumu ambaye alichukua kuweka mawaziri kando. Sisi tulikuwa tumelia sana kuanzia waziri ya kilimo ambaye tulipata fertilizer fake ambaye sisi tulipata hasara sana. Lakini leo tunapongeza rais na tunasema asante kwa jukumu ambaye amechukua. Sisi tunafuraha sana sisi tukiwa watu ya Uasin Gishu County.
Wacha nipate mama. Karibu mama. Tumeona rais amesema wale wenzake wa baraza la mawaziri waweze kurudi pale nyumbani, na imekuwa ni msukumo kwa rais katika mwezi huu. Mambo mengi tu ambayo yamekuwa yakitendeka hapa nchini ikilinganishwa pia na maandamano ya Gen Z. Mtizamo wako kama mkazi ama Mkenya ni upi?
Kwa majina ni Selina tu, mkaaji wa Eldoret, Uasin Gishu. Uamuzi wa rais ni bora kabisa. Tunafurahia kwa sababu tulimchagua ili atuelekeze vizuri, atuongoze vizuri. Kama vile Minister wa Agriculture, tulipanda mawe na tutarajii kufunda chochote. Uamuzi ni wake yeye, aliamua akiwa rais wa Kenya. Hatuna wasiwasi na yeye. Mwelekeo ni huo na aendelee kufikiria vizuri vile.
Asante. Jina na maoni.
Mimi naitwa Nemuel Rotich, mimi ni mkaaji ya Uasin Gishu County. Ningependa kumpongeza rais wetu wa Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya ambaye ni William Samoei Ruto kwa sababu amefanya uamuzi wa busara sana. Na kwa sasa William Ruto ameritim uongozi wake na ameona ya kwamba ni vyema ili wale ambao wameharibu serikali yake waende nyumbani. Na tunapongeza yeye, tunasema ya kwamba rais umefanya jambo la maana. Tunakupongeza tukiwa Uasin Gishu County.
Nataka nikuulize swali. Umesema rais ameweza kuwasukuma nyumbani ambao walikuwa wanaharibu serikali yake. Unamaanisha nini?
Ninamaanisha ya kwamba kuna wale ambao tulikuwa tunaona wakipewa pesa nyingi sana kwa hii serikali yake, na tunaona ya kwamba wote wameenda nyumbani. Aswa huyu kina Murkomen wameenda nyumbani. Tunasherehekea tukiwa hapa Uasin Gishu County. Asante sana.
Kwa kijana, majina yako na maoni yako?
Kwa majina naitwa Abel Chirio. Mimi ni mkazi wa Uasin Gishu. Nasema ya kwamba rais ameweza kutekeleza jambo la busara sana kwa kuweza kudissolve hii cabinet yake. Tuliona rais wakati ambapo alikuwa anateua hii cabinet yake, aliconsider marafiki wake ambao they were incompetent in nature. When we talk about incompetence, tunaona waziri kama Kipchumba Murkomen anakuja kwenye TV ama kwenye televisheni ama kwenye runinga. Anaweza kutuambia kwamba yeye ameweza kununua saa yake ama mshipi na pesa ya kiwango cha juu. Ilhali tulikuwa tunasema hii serikali ni ya bottom up ama ni ya mama mboga. So tunataka vijana waweze kuwa empowered katika cabinet ambayo tunafuata. Sisi kama Gen Z ambao tulisukuma ama tulitetea hii serikali ambapo walikuwa wanatafuta mamlaka ama uongozi. We need transparency, we need accountability, and all the corrupt leaders should go home.
Tupate wa huko. Majina yako, mtizamo wako?
Kwa majina naitwa Ishmael Museveni. Kwa heshima ya rais, sisi kama Gen Z tumekusamea na tunasema asante kwa kenye umefanya. Mtu kama huyu Murkomen ametukosea sana kwa matamshi yake yenye alikuwa nayo juzi kwa TV. Na kenye umefanya mtukufu rais ni asante sana. Mahali huko na usikie.
Gen Z watufunge. Jamani. Huyu alafu mzee.
Okay, kwa majina ni Abraham Kipchoge Onye. We are very thankful for the rais. He's ready to talk with the GSCs. He's ready for the dialogue. and we are happy because he's taking a good process.
Occupy Thursday and Tuesday.
Tutapunguza. Because the rais is ready to talk with us. He's ready to dialogue. Na tunampongeza kwa hiyo jambo. And tunataka pika hatua mzuri kama hii pia. Yeah, namshukuru zaidi. Yes.
Basi asante. Kwa majina naitwa Chomba Koech, natoka Nandi County, Mosop constituency. Hakika kweli kabisa tuko hapa Eldoret kweli kwa mambo mengi ambalo tumeona mambo vizuri ambayo tumeona rais akinena leo. Na mimi kweli nasema kweli sisi wote tumefurahia yale yote ambao yeye amechukua ama wale ambao wajuaji ambao wanataka kuleta Kenya mahali mabaya. Mimi nilisema wakati ile ya kwamba mimi niliona Ruto ndoto na yeye alichukua, na hiyo ni kweli. Asante sana.
Asante Kitili, those are just sections of the residents of Uasin Gishu just giving their perspective and their feel of the president announcement, but largely celebrating the events that have led to William Ruto just disbanding his cabinet earlier today. Back to you in Nairobi.
Thank you, Lois. Lois Wangoi coming to us live from the county of Uasin Gishu, the president's backyard, with a couple of reactions there from
William Ruto is resigning because he is not anybody's appointee. He was elected on the ballot. Number two, it is a prerogative of the president to reshuffle cabinet. He can do it anytime. We don't have that power. He has the power. If he wants to bring Raila Odinga as chief minister, let him just go ahead instead of all these shenanigans. Finally, tuko tayari kwa uchaguzi. Tuko tayari serikali ivunjwe. Tuko tayari kwenda kwa debe. We enjoy 80% of the support of Kenyans. Wakimwaga ugali, tunamwaga kitoweo.
Ruto resign. Dissolve your entire government, starting from you, Rigathi Mudavadi, the unappointed chief of staff, your advisors, all the bureaucrats, CEOs, everyone, the IG of police, the DCI, all the killer squads. It's too late now. You can't get out of this through PR stunts. No games, no tricks. No can abracadabra. Ruto, you must resign and go now. You are weak, you are cornered, your lies have been exposed. Kenyans have rejected you. We have recalled you under Article 1 of the Constitution, the power vested on the sovereign people of Kenya to exercise power directly. And the Gen Zs and the millennials and the revolutionary patriots have said enough is enough. You have killed too many people. You have not apologized for any of the deaths. You've not done anything to show that you are contrite. There is going to be no difference between the so-called cabinet you are going to appoint and the ones that you have just quote unquote suspended. You've not dissolved anything. We are going back to the polls. The IBC cannot be set up in your own image so that you can rig the next elections. We are going to reconstitute the IBC afresh, an accountable, transparent IBC that only answers to the people of Kenya. You are irredeemably corrupt. You are irredeemably a tyrant. You cannot be saved. You are beyond redemption, and you must resign now. This is the irreducible minimum. Ruto must go.
Kwa majina naitwa Sharon Mohamed, youth from Uasin Gishu County. I want to thank the president, and I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, Mr. President, for taking action to such a sycophant called Murkomen. Murkomen alikuwa ametutesa sana. Anaongea na brightness. Hadi anaenda kwa TV anasema saa yangu nilileta from outside the country, belt, nini. Yani alisema hadi boxer bwana. This is unfortunately a minister of this country talking such nice in a media. And I want to say, hii mshale imeshika watu wenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi. Likes of kina Kindiki, likes of kina Duale, likes of kina CS Owalo. Wenye tuliona kazi yao, especially Owalo alifanya hadi tukajua kuna kitu inaitwa ICT. Amekuja ameweka Wi-Fi. Mr. President, ona watu. Lakini Murkomen anasema Rudy Field ya law. enda unda law firm yako ka huko baada tukutaki hata MCA huko Elgeyo Marakwet utapata.
I think the President of the Republic of Kenya cannot be trusted, and this is a politically sinister move made for self-preservation. As a sign of goodwill, I believe that he should, one, have this gazetted, but two, he's shown reluctance in following the Constitution, which has been one of the main things we have been agitating for. I say this because he might have fired his entire cabinet, dismissed if you may, but he still maintains the unconstitutional position of the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. And this is a blatant display or attempt at self-preservation. I do not think of this as a move of goodwill, because I would sit here and applaud a fish for swimming. If the president wanted to do the right thing, the president would have done the right thing. And this is, it's the beginning of a manifestation of a new political environment to which we can't wait to see how it's going to play out. Remember, we still do not know what other names are going to come out, but part of also the suggestions we are making as Kenyans is we do not want to see old guards and old faces or faces of people who have tarnished names. So I'm very wary of trusting the president with regards to this move.
After I'm gone, one day I'll go. Kenyans, generation to come, will not remember me for the kind of car I was driving, for the amount of money I had, but for the good I did for this country. That is what I'm calling for everybody, requesting and asking and directing every police officer to do. Let's serve our country. Let's ensure our country is safe and secure. Hiyo pusi ingine ya nini haitakupeleka popote, ni shida tu, utafungwa.
Imagine Ruto, nataka tu leo, sijai support Ruto kwa maisha yangu. Sijawahi na sijai kubaliana na mambo yenye anafanyanga kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya. But today only, not tomorrow. Today, I'm supporting William Samoei Ruto 100%. Every CS send home. Waende nyumbani. Kwa sababu hao watu wametunyanyasa, wamekuwa kienda kwa mikutano ya matanga, wanatoa pesa mingi, wanaringa.
Tribal tab, you have to bring it up. Direct. Don't speak it. There's a way we put it. You guys are ready? Fine. Mlisema nilipigwa saa ngapi? Saa ngapi? Na ilikuwa ile michezo ya wabunge tu. Ilikuwa kipindi tu. Ile ilikuwa kipindi. Lakini haina shida. Sawa, tuko tayari mkiwa. Sijui kwa nini nani yuko hapa. Nani? Patrick. Hata maybe. Okay. So, thank you very much kwa kufika hapa in time. So members for the state, the people you see before you are members of parliament elected in Gusii region under the Kenya Kwanza umbrella. The only member that is not here, of course, with apology, is Honorable Alpha Miruka, who is a little bit under the weather, but he associates himself fully with the sentiments that we're going to make here. We are here to make a statement in regard to now the top story in the country about the arrest of one Margaret Nyakango, the control of budget of this country. And I want to say it from the onset that we have realized, and upon keen observation in the recent past, not just this very incident, about 6 months or so, that there are some forces within and without government that want to sabotage the goodwill of the president and the plans of the president and the deputy president to put this country together, to balance distribution of the very scarce employment opportunities, and also to, of course, create, to also distribute resources or development resources across the country. We've realized that in the past 6 months, we have had some people deliberately and with acts of impunity who are hell-bent to sabotage the president. That at any given time when His Excellency the President is out of the country and His Excellency the Deputy President is engaged on official duties like it were in recent past, he's been very, the Deputy President who was in charge of the country has been very busy on mitigation of the El Nino rains across the country, on the damages and everything that he's been doing to mitigate the El Nino rains across the country. There are people within and without government who are hell-bent to make sure that there's sabotage and bring disunity among the government officials. And unfortunately, they are skewed towards some regions and some quarters. And as leaders, we've got to speak out. And it's specifically the issue of Margaret Nyakango and also the CEO of Bombers of Kenya, one Mr. Peter, who was also ousted last week, is also a son of a particular region, and in particular Gusii region. People had to wait when His Excellency the President had a conference and a seminar in Tanzania. And then that report came out again about Peter. This time around, the President has been away. The Deputy President has been engaged, and they decided again, they strike again on Margaret Nyakango. I want to tell the independent bodies like the EACC not to allow themselves to be used to settle some, I don't know whether it's political scores or it could be some, personal interests, to kill careers unnecessarily. And we want to tell them that we know them by their names. We know those people who are pushing such evil acts. Because the president is working around the clock to make sure that even on employment, even on balancing regions in terms of positions, he's trying to make sure that, as the Constitution says, that each region is represented or placed on the table of discussion as far as employment is concerned, as far as sharing of employment opportunities is concerned. The president is really working very hard on that, and the deputy president. But there are a few people who feel that there is a particular region, there is a particular community that shouldn't be in government. We want to tell them, and that is why we sat here today, that that region, and indeed every region in this country, have their leaders. And as representatives of the people, we will speak out and we will call them out. We have to defend our people. Because on Margaret Nyakango, call it whichever name you want to call it, but we will tell you today, as people who also support the president, that this is total witch hunt. There is nothing, there is completely nothing criminal. In as much as the matter is in court, and one would say that we are engaging or swimming in the waters of sub judice, that is neither here nor there. We are not discussing the content of the case. But it is rather surprising that Margaret is being charged. One, when she's engaged in an official duty in Mombasa. She's been in Nairobi all through in her office. What kind of embarrassment can somebody go through? A mother, a wife to somebody, a daughter to someone. You can't haunt somebody when she's holy. Couldn't you even respect the huge amount of money that the public, through taxes, were able to sponsor that very event? Because the event that she was holding or leading was paid by the taxpayers' money, through the taxpayers' money. Couldn't they have waited for her in Nairobi, you know, or pick her from her home or something with, you know, really, this kind of embarrassment is not really what we promised our people. And I think this is not even what the president wants. This is not what the deputy president wants. These are the things that we campaigned against as the Kenya Kwanza coalition. We said there will not be having political witch hunts. We said people will not be, you know, arrested with, especially people in public service in such high dignity offices. They will not be embarrassed in such formats, because it couldn't be very difficult to summon Margaret Nyakango to ESCC or to whichever place, because she's a public figure, and tell her, okay, you are wanted for this particular charge, come before us and everything, and we take you to court. There's nothing wrong with that. But you wait for her, you nab her like a thief, a person that has served this country for all those years, really? And then you tell us we keep quiet? We cannot keep quiet. We vetted members of parliament that are here, and I'm glad that Honorable Nyamoka and myself were in the National Assembly that time when she was being vetted. In this very house. We passed her in this house in 2019. Oblivious of the, you know, the facts that are now being exposed now. It is the very same ESCC that cleared her in 2019 and gave her a clean bill of health as she was being cleared. It is the same ESCC, DCI that cleared her and gave her, you know, a certificate of good conduct in 2019. And then we debated. Nobody raised that issue in 2019. Not a single petition came before the floor in that very 2019. Why now? A matter of 2016. Your guess is as good as mine. It is because people believe that a certain community or some people from a certain region should not be in government. And really, that is wrong. And unfortunately, we have to speak out, because I do not think, and I have knowledge, because I am aware.
Hii nchi hatuwezi endelea namna hii. Lazima tuchague kama tutarekebisha nchi yetu isiharibike zaidi ya mahali imefika, ama tutakaa na wewe na hiyo mambo yako. Na mimi nataka nikwambie mapema, tutakaa upande wa wananchi na upande wa nchi yetu. Tukuache wewe.
Kenyans, you have won. You have won this one. Not just for yourself, but for the rest of us Africans. You have taught us a really great lesson, which is the power is with the people. And when the people rise up and say no to nonsense, everything will change. And that's exactly what you did. I just saw the press conference the President William Ruto held. He literally fired all cabinet secretaries and attorney general because the people said no. This is a lesson to all of us. Well done, Kenyans. We're proud of you.